Hey everyone, so it's been a couple weeks since I've been on my channel. I wanted to check in with you guys. I'm about to flood this channel with content from my recent trip to Japan. So I thought maybe I would touch base with you about a couple things first, give you a little sneaky peek at what's coming up from all of our trip to Tokyo. And yeah, that's this vlog. I have too much spit. Okay, so first and foremost, a couple weeks ago, Ryan and I went to Tokyo. It was a Patreon stretch goal that was funded back in September or maybe October. And I had intended to go when the cherry blossoms bloom, which is the beginning of April. It seemed like we were going to get to go at the beginning of April, but then schedules didn't really quite match up as well as we had hoped. So we ended up going last week in March. So we left on the 14th and we came back the 21st, and I didn't see a goddamn single cherry blossom. It was too early for cherry blossoms, wouldn't you know it. But I got to go with Ryan Haywood, who is a friend of mine, and we had a lot of fun together. He had never been to Japan before. We also went with Martin Wong, who you guys know as the photographer behind some of the coolest photos I've ever taken. So it was really, really cool to get to go with them. It definitely felt like a trip of just friends having fun, and happened to be shooting some content while we were there, which is basically what the trip was anyway, because I just wanted to go to Japan and have fun and play Mai Mai, which is like one of my favorite arcade games, and yeah, we had a blast. So I'm sure there was some B-roll over me just talking there, and that's just a little taste, but there's a lot of content to come, so definitely, if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel because it gets crazy. We went to a sex shop and things were in our mouths. That's technically true. That's not clickbait. Something from the sex shop went in both of our mouths. You'll have to stay tuned to figure out what it is. What else is going on? Aside from all that Tokyo fun, this is actually the start of con season for me, so things are starting to ramp up and get kind of crazy. I have my very first convention of the season this weekend. It's Fan Expo Dallas in, you guessed it, Dallas, Texas. I made a joke that was dumb. It wasn't even really a joke. It was just kind of a weird lead-in. Anyway, yes, Fan Expo Dallas this weekend. I'm very excited. I have a booth. It's booth 1011. That'll be written right here. I also have a Q&A panel. All of the info, I'm sure, is now on the screen. I hope it is. And yeah, it's going to be fun. So if you're around, if you're near Dallas, come on out. Say hello. There's going to be something very special, print-wise, at my table. And yeah, I'll get into what that was about in just a minute. But first, I just wanted to say, yeah, I cut my con list way down this year because I was just super overextended at the end of con season last year. So I'm not doing as many conventions this year, but hopefully that means that the ones I do go to will be, the cosplays will be bigger, they'll be better, and you know, get to meet everyone and actually talk to people instead of being like a fried mess who's like, what? How do you spell Ashley? You know what I mean? Like I was just completely frazzled last year. I honestly think it came because I was worried I wasn't going to be anywhere after everything went down with RT, so I was just like really worried about having to book as many things as possible, and then it ended up just completely frying me. So this year, not as many conventions. And I think the only one that's been publicly announced so far is Fan Expo Dallas. So there will be some more, hoping to come back to the UK this year, but there will be more announcements further down the road. Of course, always stay tuned here. I'll always mention them on my channel. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, while I went earlier, I got to see my girl Jessica Nigri this past week. So good to see her. And she's just so crazy and awesome and like so energetic. This is the dumbest story ever, but we were supposed to meet up and do a quick shoot together. The weather was not cooperative. We didn't get to do the shoot we originally planned. We didn't get to do our backup shoot, but we did get to do a shoot. There will be prints from that shoot available for the first time ever at Fan Expo Dallas, which is what I was alluding to before. And then, of course, they'll go online. But I don't even think the photos will be ready for me to show in this vlog. But they will be at the convention this weekend for sure. But we were supposed to do this, like, she was shooting a bunch of stuff. She was shooting $1 Million Butt and a bunch of other stuff for Rooster Teeth. And then we had this kind of, like, one small window that we could shoot together. And I showed up at her hotel room to shoot with her. And she had just fallen asleep, like she was taking a nap. And I am the worst if I've been sleeping at all or even thinking about sleep and someone interrupts it. I am like a monster. I was going to say a gremlin, but those aren't very scary. They're kind of scary. I'm like a wampa. Like, I'm just the worst. And Yeah. I'm horrible. But she literally, no shit, like, popped out of bed and was like, let's shoot. Everything's good. She was already, like, her makeup was all done. She just looked perfect. And she was just the happiest little clam. And I respect that so much. So thank you to Jessica for shooting with me. I definitely am a little potato next to her. And she is so sweet. And she just, like, bent me in all different ways that hurt my body so much. And I feel like I have so much to learn from her. So it was really, really fun to shoot with her. We have a ton of more plans for this year, later this year, more cosplay-centric stuff that hopefully you guys will see very, very soon. And a completely random note before I wrap up this vlog, because this vlog is just random. I've been obsessed with climbing accidents lately. I don't know why. I, like, couldn't sleep when I got back from Japan. I kept waking up in the middle of the night and being up for, like, 5 hours at a time. There was something on Reddit about Everest or something, and then I just started going down the Wikipedia rabbit hole of, like, climbing accidents. And I've never climbed a mountain before. I have no intention of ever summiting anything. I do like hiking, but it's so far over my head. I don't know why I'm, like, obsessed with reading climbing stories now. But quick little suggestion for you guys: if you're into documentaries, if you're into climbing, if you're into weird, crazy stories, if you just want to watch something and you don't have anything to watch The Summit. It is so good. I have watched it twice since I saw it for the first time a few days ago. It is so good. It is about the deadliest 48 hours on K2, which is the second highest peak in the world, and 11 climbers lost their lives, and it is the story from people who survived and who lived to tell the tale. It is so moving and so, like, it's just moving. I guess, like, I was gonna say it's weirdly inspiring, but I feel like the word is just, it's moving. So definitely watch it if you guys are interested at all. I don't know why I'm so I get, like, really into weird stuff. So climbing disasters is it this month. So yeah, anyway, random suggestion for a random vlog. Check out The Summit. And yeah, that's it. That's it for this vlog. Man, it is so random. Thank you very much for hanging out, and don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I don't know what I was just doing with my arms. We are X. That's kind of what I was doing. I don't know. Yeah. All right. Good to see you. I'll see you in so many different weird costumes in the following content that comes from Japan. Some of it's just regular clothes, and there's stuff in my mouth. Bye. Oh, heart you.